The Razum Medical Center in Kyiv was opened in February 2024 by war veteran Petro Krasitsky and his family doctor. After serving in the army in 2015 and again following Russia's invasion, Krasitsky envisioned the clinic during his recovery from 2 strokes and multiple concussions. With Ukraine's veteran population expected to reach 4 to 5 million, he says he sees the center as an investment in the country's future.
If we didn't believe in the future of our country, we wouldn't have started any of this. There will be no medical center. We would have simply gone abroad, and that would have been the end of it.
Many in Ukraine share Krasitsky's optimism, but recent shift in U.S. policy and rhetoric have many worried about the country's future as it enters a 4th year of war with Russia. Ukrainians fear that wavering U.S. commitment could undermine efforts to hold back the Russian invaders and weaken Ukraine's position at any future negotiations. Maria Mezintseva, a lawmaker from President Volodymyr Zelensky's ruling party, told VOA that the pressure is high and that some messages about Ukraine are disappointing.
We still expect just peace, fair negotiations, and nothing to be decided about Ukraine without Ukraine. We are expecting tough times, but I already see this unity, which we started probably to lose a little bit, coming back. And maybe these shake-ups are needed for the purpose.
Gallup's latest survey shows 52% of Ukrainians support peace talks. Alexei Melnik from the Razumkov Center, a Ukrainian public policy think tank, notes that he sees growing sense of realism in Ukrainian society about the prospect for peace.
There is a general understanding that the possible ceasefire, is not the end of the war. The prevailing opinion is that if Americans and Russians achieve some kind of agreement about a ceasefire, it will be just another kind of interwar period.
Civilian casualties in Ukraine increased by 16% in the 3rd year of the war, with over 1,600 deaths, as airstrikes targeting civilians tripled, according to U.S.-based conflict tracker ACLED. On the streets of Kyiv, many hope peace talks will bring an end to the hostilities, but are not happy with the idea of making concessions to Russia and President Vladimir Putin.
До процесу початку перемовин ставлюсь позитивно, але дуже важко.
I am positive about the process of starting negotiations, but it is very difficult to talk about it on the terms we're hearing. The most important thing Ukraine needs right now is confidence that there is support, both within the country and from foreign allies.
Є підтримка, як і всередині країни, так і зовнішніх союзників.
Negotiations should be on our terms. Given the compromises being suggested, I believe it would be a loss, and that is not what we've been fighting for over the past 3 years.
After 3 years of resisting Russian aggression, Ukraine is enduring one of its most challenging periods as its forces slowly lose ground in the east. Few, if any, Ukrainians want to see the country give up land and hope the U.S. can be convinced to stay on their side, giving them a chance to keep their country whole. With Anna Chernykova in Kyiv, Miroslava Gongadze, VOA News, Warsaw.